Hey guys, I know it's been a very long time since I've been on, not since my internet business video. I have lots to tell you all, lots to update you on, and this is not going to be a long video because I have a lot to do today, and lots of people who want me to show up at their home for various reasons. But this video right now is prompted by Jewel Belcher. Jewel, thank you so much for reaching out and asking if I were okay. I am okay. I felt so badly when I saw that text because I have been offline for about 4 or 5 weeks, going into the 5th week. And believe it or not, I have been creating videos. I have created 20 videos with music and editing, but every video was created with the assistance of someone. 10 of them have music and editing, and the other 10 are just me talking. But I held those videos back, and I'll tell you why I kind of pulled back a little bit, and why after seeing your statement today, I've decided to dive in with 2 feet. So in the last video that you saw me in, I was in my car, and I was responding to one of my subscribers who wanted to know about how to start an internet business. And I said I would help you do that. I would work with you. I couldn't do it individually. I would work with you because I was too busy to do it one-on-one. But I would teach everybody. And I was supposed to come out with the first video that Wednesday. Well, all hell broke loose the day after I created that video. And I'll go into a little bit of what happened. And then as you see my next 20 videos, you'll understand what's been going on. But everything is okay. I'm back to normal, but it's been a lot. I started my tax business and I moved. I'm actually on my front porch right now, and in the other videos you'll see more of my property, but I'm here on my farm, and so I'm going to show you a little bit. You can see. And again, that's just a little bit. You can see behind me, all that land back there, that's mine. Out here up to the fence, and then out there, and then let's not even count behind the house. So it's 9 acres. Excuse me. I don't sneeze as much now that I'm out here, but I'm still sneezing a lot. But it's 9 acres, and it's beautiful. It's stunningly beautiful. And the sellers left this home in perfect condition, plus all sorts of extras that they did because they found out that I was buying this home by myself. So in one of my videos, I'll talk about the conversation that I had with the owner, with the seller. He's saying owner, I'm the owner now. At least me in the bank. And so, okay, so let's go into a little bit about what's been going on with me. So, what date was that? I can't remember the day. I should have checked my video. But the next day, I got a call from my real estate agent saying there were a few hiccups. And then my lender said, oh, it might be a few hiccups because you have a pool and it's in the flood zone and all of this stuff. And I thought we had clarified all of those issues. But, that caused a little bit of a scare because I had to gather lots of documentation. I had to get another inspector out here, another appraiser. And all of that stuff straightened out at the 12th hour. We were fine. We moved forward with the loan. But it caused, it caused a lot of work for me, because, again, as everybody knows, I still work full-time. And so I couldn't take off from work like I wanted to. And my position is such that I can't just say, hey, I'm out. I have to, I'm in charge of stuff. So I have to be there. So I was working, taking care of last minute details for the sale of the home, packing up my apartment in Buckhead in Atlanta, preparing to move out here, getting a rental truck and getting movers and just all sorts of things. Excuse me. Drinking coffee. This is Dunkin' Donuts coffee. This stuff is great. I have coffee from all over the world in my kitchen because I travel a lot for my job. I have coffee from Vietnam, Kenya, Ethiopia, some of the best. I have some coffee from Turkey. I didn't go to Turkey, but one of my colleagues went to Turkey, and they brought some coffee back for me. and some other countries. I'll have some coffee from Ecuador. And I still like the Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I like that coffee too, but this is the one I go to first. I'm almost out. Anyway, that's just a little side note. But, all right, so all of that happened. So, because I do so many things, because I work and I do my business, I have my little online thing going on too, and I'm doing it all by myself, I make myself sick. First, it started off as physical exhaustion, where I would work all day and then come home and I would spend an hour on the business and spend an hour for taxes and spend an hour for other stuff. And then I just started sneezing and coughing because I always sneeze because of my allergies. I didn't think anything of it. But then I woke up one day and I could hardly breathe. And I thought I was having an asthma attack because I have asthma. So I, got to the kitchen, found my inhaler, and took my inhaler, and it didn't get better. Drove myself to urgent care. I didn't even tell my family. Drove myself to urgent care. They said, you have bronchitis, and it looks like you might have, like, the beginning of pneumonia. I'm like, the beginning of pneumonia? What are you talking about? And so they said, have you not noticed that you've been sick? So basically, I had the beginning of walking pneumonia, the beginnings of it. And the only reason we caught it early is because my asthma was triggered the symptoms. If people with normal lungs can go a long time with walking pneumonia until they just die. But I have very sensitive lungs. And so that saved my life, basically. He put me on some antibiotics. And he said, of course, gave me a bunch of tests to make sure my immune system is okay. And he said, okay, you're healthy. He said, this is just basic pneumonia. He said, he said it started off as a sinus infection. And he treated me for the sinus infection. And he said, at night, you're probably having some kind of dripping going down into your lungs. Sorry, y'all, it's kind of gross. I said, well, I'm always sneezing and blowing my nose. He said, yeah. He said, and you're an asthmatic. And he said, that's a bad combination. He said, plus we have a really bad flu season. So you got to be careful. He said, but it starts with you getting more rest. You have to stop and you have to slow down. So, of course, I didn't listen. I just took the antibiotics. I didn't even tell my family. They just knew I was tired all the time, and I was just wiped out. Just I'm surprised I didn't just collapse. But finally, 2 weeks into that, I had moved into my home, and I'll show you moving day video because I took video. And I had moved into my home, and one day it had to be a Sunday after I moved in. I just couldn't get out to bed. I just couldn't. And by now, it's probably about a week or so after my last video. And I just laid there all day. I didn't answer the phone. I didn't talk to anybody. I just laid there and just slept. And I slept. I got up twice to use the bathroom. And then after that, I slept from all through Sunday, all day Monday. I called out sick. All day Tuesday, I called out sick. I worked from home on Wednesday. I got up and kind of sat on the computer, but I didn't do much. My body just said, if you're not going to stop and slow down, then we're going to stop and slow you down. So that's what happened. And so I wanted to get online and just kind of say hey to everybody and let you know I was still here, especially since I made a promise to get that internet business tutorial up, which I have made videos for, but I just couldn't get the energy going. Then I had other things to do. I had to establish my tax business. This is my very first year doing it on my own. And there's all sorts of red tape I have to go through in my background check with the IRS. Excuse me. And then I was still unpacking. And I had lots of help from my dear cousin Fran, who's 75 years old. Lady has the strength of like 10 lions, and my dad and some friends. Everybody's just been so gracious helping me unpack. And then I had to buy products for my business to upload online and all sorts of things. Just all these things came because I had been sick. I let some things fall. So I had to contact my supplier in Alibaba and let him know, hey, I'm here. He actually was concerned about me because I've always been very consistent. And so he was happy that I reached out, and we have resumed our Skype sessions and my product ordering. And then, you know, just details of life. Just had to kind of get things together. Just get things together. Then work is amping up because of my position. I won't tell you where I work because then you would be able to find me. But I will say that, and I know there's a lot of stalkers out there. I actually had a very terrifying email, which I'll tell you about in the video. But in my position, they pay me a lot and they expect a lot. And I'm very efficient in the way I work. I don't believe in working hard unnecessarily. So when my supervisor discovered that no matter how much she threw at me, I could effectively manage the workload and had time to relax, they would just increase the workload. And that didn't work because, again, I'm very efficient, and that's the skill that I have. I'm very efficient in my life at how I organize my finances, how I organize work, all those things. It's not a problem for me. And I like being able to jump into my job and master it, figure out what needs to be done, delegate, do whatever, and keep it moving. I like having downtime. All right. So they discovered I have a lot of downtime. Unlike other colleagues who are struggling. And now I have people that I have to supervise. And now I have other responsibilities. There are trainings that I have to go to. First they were voluntary, now they're mandatory, because they realized that when you tell me voluntary, then I'm not going to go. Because I don't want to have all that work. But I was called into the office one day by my supervisor, and he's, you know, very great person. They like me a lot. I like them, and they said, "Look, we like you. You're a leader, and we want you to do more. And we understand you have a whole life outside of the job, and we know that, you know, we know that." And they said, "But we want you to use those talents and those skills here. We're helping." He said he couldn't tell me what they were planning, but he pretty much said, "We need you to just jump on in. Don't just give us your 8 hours and go home. You know, give us a robust 8 hours." I said, "What is a robust 8 hours?" So a robust 8 hours. So I can't tell you what to do, but just know that we consider you a leader. And so I know what that means. That means, you know, don't be afraid to stay late a couple of hours if you have to, and, you know, don't be afraid to come in on the weekends or all that stuff. And I just had to, you know, very politely say, you know, I'll give more, because, again, the 8 hours that I give is like someone else's 16, because I'm that efficient. And I don't want to brag, but I'm good at what I do. I like it, and I get compensated for that. But I don't want to be abused. Don't just keep giving me more and more because I know how to handle it. Just, you know, more trips. I was trying to organize my year so that I wouldn't have to travel overseas this year, or at least only travel overseas twice. They already have like 3 trips, possibly 4 on my travel schedule, to India, China, Togo, possibly, let me see, India, China, Togo. That's the other country. Oh, Kenya, the country of Kenya, my own name. I should remember that. And so I traveled a lot last year overseas. I was in West Africa. I was in Central Asia a lot, and it wore me out. And this is the year that I'm trying to kind of just establish my life outside of work. But it's easy for people to give more travel to me because I don't have a family, and other people do. You know, they have their children and husbands, and I get it. And they travel too, but they do tend to gravitate more towards the single, childless people for these trips. And I have to kind of, you know, delicately explain that I am here and I'm working hard. And, you know, I'll give my 155%, but maybe I don't have children to go home to, but I do have my life that I've created. I have friends, and, you know, I'm dating. And I have this farm that I'm getting ready to develop. Oh, I'm so excited about this. And my internet business, all this stuff. It's like I don't want to be out of the country. I don't want to be out of the country. Not right now. But they're going to drag me out the country. And I have to figure out how to balance all of this. So I am trying to rearrange my life. That means I may have to hire someone to live on site to help me. Like, I'm at that point now. And that's a big thing. That's a big thing for me. Because I'm not ready to quit my job. But one of my colleagues said, you need to go on and quit your job. It looks like your job is getting in the way of your life. And not that I'm not doing my job. It's just that I have all these other things that people who don't have 9-to-5 jobs have to take care of. I love this coffee. So anyway, Jewel, that's what's been going on. I am okay. I don't do a good job of staying in touch when I get busy. And that's not just with YouTube. That's also with family and friends. And I know we don't do New Year's resolutions, and I didn't do one, but I did make a commitment to do better with communication. Like if I'm getting busy, or if I'm sick, or if I'm tired, or whatever, just stay in touch. And I respect and appreciate the fact that I have like over 100 subscribers now. Again, for other people, that's a small number. That's huge. I haven't even been posting, and people are subscribing. And so I hope you're enjoying the videos that I have posted up. Again, I have 20 more coming. And the way I'm going to do it is, excuse me, post 2 videos a week. That's like about 10 videos worth of the ones that I pre-made. So that gives me time so you all still see me and you still get a report of the farm, the business, family, me, my thoughts, and my perspective, if that's an interest to you. And also some things I did in the past. I have a lot to share with you about who I am. And in the meanwhile, I also make some one-off videos. Like I'll try to stop being busy and just say, hey, y'all, I'm just checking in, and to keep up to date with people. So let me see what else. I have a lot, and I said it's going to be quick because I have things to do today. I got to go to Home Depot to get a staircase or stair railing materials. I'm putting my own stair rail in here because if you look at my previous video, my insurance company sent me a threatening letter saying they're going to cancel my insurance March 22nd because I don't have stairs. That's that policy. It's like, but I also have insurance at my other properties, and then I have my car. So really, like, you want me just to walk away? Because if you cancel this insurance, then I'm going to go get somebody else. But, my dad said, don't be stubborn. You got to get that stair in anyway. No matter where I go, somebody's going to want that stair railing in. But I like the porch without the stair rail. I like that look. But older people come and children, so I understand. So one of my friends just had a baby unexpectedly. It's like a month early. Got to go see her. My dad wants to sell me a gorgeous, beautiful antique desk to put in my new office. I got to go look at that. Lots of stuff going on. So, and I want to go see the Black Panther movie. I haven't, I have one friend wants to go see that, and we were going to go today. I'm one of the slow pokes who didn't go get my tickets weeks ago, so everything's been sold out. So, and again, it's a holiday, so we're not at work. But I still have tons of things to do. Like, I just can't slow down and stop. And you'll see from one of my previous videos, I spent all of yesterday, like, trying to drain my pool. But the top of my pool, where the cover is, and that was an ordeal until I figured it out. Excuse me. Can't find my tissue. But let me see. Oh, so one more thing, Jewel, is I almost decided I wasn't going to do this anymore. Despite the fact that it looks like people do want to hear what I have to say, even though my videos are very basic. And, I'm not your conventional YouTube personality or YouTube person. It looks like people want to hear what I have to say, and so I'm happy about that. But the way my life is about to evolve this year, it could become very intimate. And there's no way I'm going to be able to leave that part of my life out of the videos. And I'll make myself a little bit vulnerable, and I will explain to you what's going on. So, and I'll do a bigger video about all of these things, but to summarize it, one of my friends has a daughter who is an addict. 2 of her children are being raised by my friend. She's pregnant again. And my friend and the daughter came to me about 4 or 5 days ago and asked me that, and said they did not want to have an abortion. But my friend said she can't take care of any more children because she's recovering from cancer and she already has 2 young children, and she feels like she's giving her life away again just raising these other 2 little, and they're like 3 and 5. So they asked me, would I adopt her baby? And she wants the baby to be mine. She doesn't want me to tell the baby that she's the mother. She wants the baby to take my name. She wants me to raise the baby and give it a good life. I've never talked about it on this channel, but I have always wanted children. I just did not want to be a single mother, because in my community, being a single mother almost always equals economic catastrophe. I've always wanted children in the confines of a family with a husband. But, those things don't work out. I was married before, as you know from one of my previous videos. It didn't work out. I never told you about the time I was engaged after that, when I moved to Mexico and my fiance passed away. And I was engaged a 3rd time. But because of what was happening in my life, I didn't feel worthy of this man, and I broke it off with him. Hurt him badly. So I've had plenty of chances to have that family. And later on in my, in this life, in my later life, I've had some interesting dating experiences. And those experiences have led me to believe that I probably won't be getting married again. Which is why I made myself very economically self-sufficient so that I would not have to worry about finances. So again, I'm making myself a little bit vulnerable here, which I never thought I would do. And that's why I said I don't know if I'm going to keep posting, because the things that are about to happen in my life are going to bleed into the videos. No matter what I'm doing, you're going to have questions about, she's doing it by herself, what's going on? So anyway, I'm dating a good man. And he's mentioned marriage a couple of times, but, I don't know if he's serious. And to be honest with you, I don't know if I want to marry him. I guess it's because I've been single for so long now and so efficient at my life that I have a peace and a neutrality. And yet I have still always wanted children. I just thought maybe I'll adopt, or maybe I'll do what some women do and just do IVF, or maybe whatever. Maybe I won't have children. But I can't imagine building the economic base that I have built for myself and not having someone to pass that on to. Even adopted children. So that's why this year is so important, because this is my year to establish, to get it done, and then children were the next step, and whatever form that came. And now it looks as if the universe is bringing me an opportunity to have that, which kind of speeds up my timeline. So, Jewel, I haven't been posting because I've been thinking about that too. And how do I incorporate all of those things into my life and into these videos, and what does that mean? That's huge. So anyway, I won't say too much right now, because I revealed a lot. But I gotta go. And then when I come back home, I don't want to make promises again, but when I come back home, I'm going to make some time to post up the next 2 videos that are already done. And then we can start from there. And I'll keep you all posted. Now, excuse me. One of the videos I'm going to post up this evening is the first video of the internet business tutorial. Now, I know people are waiting for that. What I want you to do is go to Google Trends. Google Trends. Trends. Go to that website, research it, read it, pay attention, play around with it. We're going to talk about that because I'm going to give you some homework, which you can start now if you want. And when you see the video tonight, you'll understand. And your homework is, for those who are interested in starting their own internet business, pick a business idea, a product, a hard product that you can sell to someone. It could be soap. It could be, I don't know, calendars. Anything you're thinking about selling, candles, all sorts of things. And a few videos back, if you remember, I was wearing, that's just the same blouse. I was wearing this blouse, and I pulled out a hair barrette, and I told you that I was working with a supplier in Alibaba to make that barrette. And I got that barrette from, originally, a version of that barrette came from India. I was in a shop in India, in Mumbai. Was it Mumbai? No, Bangalore. They had like a market. And it was just so beautiful. I had never seen a hair barrette like that before. So I modified that barrette. And I showed that to you in the video. So think about a product that you want to sell. Go to Google Trends. That's all I'm going to tell you. And my video tonight is going to talk about what you do with Google Trends as your first step. After we do that video, I'm going to host a live session. And I was trying to play around with it. So you might see me tonight or tomorrow going live. But I'm not going to be the real live. You can jump on and say hi, but I'm not going to be on. You need to test it. And one of my friends who knows how to do it really well is going to come over and help me. All right. But we'll do the Google Trends video. And the next step is going to be to talk about your questions, answering your questions on how Google Trends works. And I'm going to send a link to my friend who's very good at Google Trends. He uses Google Trends as one of his things he does in his business, and have him talk about it too. All right. But that's what's been going on. And I just got to slow down and make some time for these things. But thank you. And I'm excited about being back online. Bye, y'all.